Okay. What is this one again? Spider-Verse. Okay. This is the one where I don't have Venom Pool right now. Maybe I don't do this quest, because he was amazing for that. Or maybe I just practice my Tiger against him. Not particularly worried about that. Um, Go ahead and bring Miles, just cuz. Hey, Jason Grinfeld, how's it going? Let's go Tigra. And then no other notable Spider-Verse, Symbiote Supreme, or, yeah, Symbiotes or Sinister Six, right? So if none of those... Jabari's on defense, but I can bring the 5-star. Yeah, because let's get that Nullify synergy for Tigra going. Hey, Shochigo. Professor X on node 55. I mean, Apocalypse would work to an extent. Um, you have to keep in mind that like Hard Knock Life is going to cause the parries to fail. You are going to feel that block damage. But like that at least what I would do is I would probably bait heavies as your default plan. And then if brute force is becoming a problem or if you need to trigger the falter safely, that's when I would parry and hit into him. Um Good lord, the servers. But yeah, that's how I would do it with Apocalypse. Like, you're definitely going to be hitting really hard, so that part is very safe. Hey, Bean, how's it going? You'll have Disorient Immunity. That's right, yeah. Yeah, then I can't see any issue with that. I don't know why I wasn't thinking Disorient Immunity. Good lord, I'm not awake enough yet. Yeah, I don't really see a reason that wouldn't work. You just have to play around the global. As far as, like, better counters, I'm not sure there strictly is one, just because of how hard APOC hits against mutants, even if you've dumped the code. Um, yeah, shocking, disconnected. What do you know? If you were trying to play around the global, or if you were trying to bypass that a little bit, you could go like I-bomb or cap, maybe. It kicked me out of the quest. Or I guess it never hit begin. Um, yeah, you wouldn't use any of the skill champs. And there are no Defiance techs. Like, Nimrod would be great. I'm sure Guardian would be excellent if you were trying to limit the brute force. Those are probably the biggest two there. Maybe like Ultron or Omega Sentinel. She'd be great for bypassing the miss. But yeah, Apocalypse should be fine. Hey, easy. Have I seen Peaky Blinders? No, I've seen a bit as my girlfriend's watched it, but I don't know. I haven't really been super interested. Oh, right. Professor X doesn't have the global. Fire input's so bad. I know I've run into that before because, like, I've planned a fight going, oh, um, it's nice that Professor X doesn't have the global, or this would be a little harder. But it's also weird that he doesn't. Like, are you telling me that the data shows that Professor X is a more dangerous defender? Um, than, let's say, America Chavez, because I would be heavily skeptical of that. No, Grinfeld, he's not saying Professor X with recoil. He's fighting a Professor X. Hey, Thon, how's it going? Been a bit. Questions will be coming in. Yeah, I'm working on it. I was at a brewery last night with a few friends. I've already sent my my war video live, but there's a fight in there where it's like, hmm, kind of looks like maybe this guy's reflexes are not at 100%. And you would be correct. I mean, everything's relative, Grinfeld. Kind of rude putting Odin on this lane. Yep, there's a true strike. Dang it. Special 2 is one that throws me sometimes. Took path 6 with Yondu. Messed up to Kitty. Learned you can be very aggressive with him. Cool. I'm glad to hear that, Sarghost. Hey, Eduardo. Very cool. Sounds like it's going great, Jason. Hey, Miss QL. Yeah, easy. That does make sense. King Groot definitely wants those. Yeah, man, Gog on 54 is dangerous. Was that with Reed, Saraghost? Or Shurtravall? Who were you using? Okay, definitely knock him down before he goes unblockable. Oh, that was weird. I hate that that triggers on Dexes so much. Oh, She-Hulk. Okay. Yeah, I get the theory with the Furies giving the taunt. What was your rotation? Did you power start and special one for the Furies, or were you trying to go for the special two for the Petrify? Because I think I would have gone for the special one. Hey, Red. I really hate that that triggers auto block. Went with special two. Yeah, because remember, I've talked about this with Reed. The problem with the special two Petrify is that there's enhanced power gain on that node. And so She-Hulk's, what is it, 110, 120% Petrify? Um, 115. Okay, well, there's a reason I had those other two numbers in my head. But her 115% Petrify is coming off of 300% total power gain potency. And so even after you throw the special two, he's still at 185% normal, so still almost double. So it's going to be very difficult to control that fight with the special twos, especially because aspect of evolution is going to get in the way of you landing crits, and so power back boosts aren't going to be that helpful. So I think for that fight, if you're gonna use She-Hulk, I would try spamming the special one and just making sure I have one available for when he goes nuts. But that sounds a hard fight. That sounds like a hard fight for her, especially if you don't have Reed on the team for pre-fights and for power stings. For Mojo on 54, yeah. I mean, Miguel's completely fine. That's not a great placement for Mojo, but like, yeah, Reed completely hoses that. Suppression is just so good. Yeah, that is nice, easy. Hey, Infamous, yeah, I'm good. Oh, well, yeah, recoil doesn't. Recoil's gonna make it very, very difficult for She-Hulk to come out on top there, unfortunately. No, I dexed. But why would you believe that? I really hate how short that stun is. Bothers me every time. Because if it triggers on a dex or something else, you don't even have time to land a medium, let alone another heavy. Like I remember saying that when it first came out, and this is what the third time it's been here. Like, why is it zero point 0.9 seconds? Why is it not 1 second or 1.2 seconds or something? Like, would the node be broken? I don't get it. Yeah, that makes sense, Chitriville. I don't know. I expect this selector arena will not go very high, honestly. Yeah, it's hard for me to venture a guess. but I feel like most battle groups have enough nebulas, and I think the other three are all still pretty underrated. Oh, whatever, kills it through block. 45 million? Maybe. Hey, nerd, how's it going? Yeah, I was thinking about the same, but that's the thing. For me, it would be a Nebula dupe. I don't think I want to work that hard for just that. Because, like, I wouldn't use it on a Karnak dupe, and then Joe doesn't need SIGs. And I've forgotten who the fourth one is, but I feel like I already have them too. Yeah, easy. You have to be actively ready for it, which is why I think that, like, it either needs to be longer or they need to change the coding to make sure it doesn't trigger on a dex. Because it's the benefit of the node is completely wasted if you lose the charge every time you're trying to bait their specials. Oh, Hawkeye, yeah, I definitely do not need SIGs on him. Thanks for the reminder. Hey, Strands. Awesome. That's a 164 for us? I'll take that. So that's only 4 for the Alliance overall, right? That feels good. Huh. Sorry, the spelling of this was completely throwing me off. Because, like, obviously that's not the modern spelling of chameleon we use. But I just looked it up, and apparently these days it mostly refers to a specific constellation, which was named after the chameleon. Probably used to be pronounced chameleon. Huh, okay. Fun word facts with DLL. Even 4 stars are pretty good on the alt. Nice. Yeah, I saw y'all cleaned up before I joined there, so I'm glad I blazed defenders. It looks like a good win. Yeah, easy. It's basic. That's kind of what I was thinking. It's like, all right, is it worth grinding out 50, 55 million for what's essentially an awakening gem that you can only use on a couple champions? Maybe. They are good champions, but it's a lot. Take care, Bean. Dang it. I don't know why I did that. Right, stun immune. Not debuff immune, stun immune. Okay, well I'm playing terribly against her. Get her over the line so she's not incinerate immune. At least 3 brain cells. And you can't even retaliate off the evade without the stun, because I tried there just out of curiosity. Oh well. Hey, meta, no worries. I did place defense this time. That's what matters. At least I'm pretty sure it does. Like, that has to count. They can't be holding your season rewards on whether your defenders got killed. How did I evade Emma and Telepath? No idea, nerd. I wasn't even thinking about that. Because I did avoid the True Strike on Odin. Oh, Emma must work on ability accuracy. But she doesn't, right? Like so many other things. Like extra ability accuracy doesn't get by telepath. They just can't evade. But maybe at its core, it's like an infinite reduction to ability accuracy. Yeah, no, I know MSS can't be evaded, but I'm talking about the coding. Like the only way that makes sense to me is if the way she's actually coded is like minus 1,000% evade ability accuracy, and so that this gets by. Because like nobody ever places Emma on force of will, so how often do we test this? Or sorry, nobody ever uses Emma on force of will. Weird. I hadn't run into that one yet. Okay, once more because I want the Fury. Well, I really should be getting cross charges. Oh my god. What the evade and nothing? Yeah, good call, nerd. I'm curious how that works. Hilarious meta. I'm sure iBomb still crushed it though. Yeah, just in case he goes unblockable at the wrong time in his special one, let's use Miles. Um, yeah, Infamous. There is. I have messed it up once this season, but there is a reason in the attacker list on our planning sheet. I do have every champion that's currently on defense crossed out. Well, this is gonna be miserable. Mysterio should be okay. She bypassed his evade. That is really weird, nerd. Dang it. Oh god. Terrible, terrible time for him to crit. What am I looking at? Right, Mysterio. Oh, it is contact. For some reason, I thought his heavy was a projectile hit. I knew it was energy. It's only the fourth light attack that's a projectile. I've run into that against Daredevil, but I thought the heavy was a projectile as well. Oh well, not like I had another counter. What? Come on. Oh my god. I even knew that one was coming. It just didn't let me respond in time. And okay. Thankfully that was just in time. I'll just sit here healing. Weird interaction. Alright, that should do it. Get that in just before she gets the force field back. Hey, work, how's it going? Alright, I'll try and head it off next time. Yeah, I'm definitely glad this is the first quest, Eduardo, because like I said, this has always been one of my least favorite nodes. Ah, dang it. I just wasn't thinking there. Again, you should not auto block as you're evading. I understand it's not in her kit, but like, come on. Yeah, see, there go all my charges. That's just silly. For Hulkling, my first run was Mojo. nerd. It is chaotic as all hell, but it was effective. I soloed with like 40% left. Symbiote Supreme sounds good. I think I also brought Hood. Even without the power steal, I was gonna try him and then Tigra. But I haven't used her yet. I'm just assuming she's amazing. Hey, Larson. Love when Super Scroll opens fights that way. Hey, Zach, how's it going? Okay, what is this one again? New Avengers A-Force Fantastic Four. So this is the one where I brought Hyperion, my other guys. Oh, let me go finish War real quick because I can unlock Reed. I was fine with a lot of them work, but I don't like that one with the stun, and I still don't like the bleed one, the obstinate charge, because like there's so many champions in this game that if you parry their first medium and their stun immune, they go for a heavy. They don't go for a light. And like unless you put something on the node to change that AI behavior, it's frustrating. It's not fun. Hey, Fred, Snoops, how's it going? Thoughts on the new early access bundles? Seems like a nice upgrade. I saw a number of people kind of complaining that, now it's pay to win or something, and I don't buy that in the slightest. Because 5 stars are just not relevant for anyone trying to be competitive. And if you're paying to win, well, you should actually try to win. And 5 stars don't win anything. Like they can get you through content, but a 5 star Hulkling over any other 5 star, like if you're clearing difficult content with him, you can do it with your other like 5 star cosmics or whatever. I don't think it gives any kind of significant edge. And it means that if people drop $100, then in addition to the shards and the boosts, now they get the guaranteed benefit of now I have the 5 star and they're awakened once. And if I want to spend a bunch of resources on something that's not competitive in the end game just for fun and because I like the character, I can. Which, sounds like a fair reward for dropping $100. That's right, I was also using her. And then I was going to bring someone in particular for Taskmaster. Oh, I think I said Strife. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, for sure, Infamous. They just like they never get anything. Oh, I agree, Work. I completely agree with that. And they put Odin and Emma in the one where you're supposed to evade. Now, apparently Emma isn't stopping the node, but given the fact that Odin is on the other one, I think she's supposed to, which makes both of them kind of rude. All right, later, Andrassus. I just want the record to show that I understand that this is not a great node for Scarlet, or a great matchup for Scarlet Witch, because if she goes unblockable like there, I'm not guaranteed to nullify it. But I do understand. Early access tempted me, but anyone going hard on the next feature does a shot at higher rarity. I mean, yeah, but that's what early access is, right? Getting them early. I was definitely tempted by it. I tried for both Rintra and Wong, so I'm cooling it off on this one. I am starting a new job soon, so I do have a little bit more income. But at the same time, like, I think I'll just, if I go for Hulkling, I'm gonna wait until Wiccan is also on the table. Okay, so why is he regenerating when we have those bulwark things? I forget what they're called right now. Steadfast. The steadfast buffs are apparently not buffs. Yeah, easy. I mean, it's good. Like the shards, the boosts, like that's still one of the best ways to get 30% boosts. Like this seems to happen with every new buff Infamous. It's just like the tag doesn't get added. Anyway, are power stings energy damage or direct? She-Hulk, Mr. Fantastic, direct damage. Okay, that is what I thought. Then we're using her here because I personally find his resistances super annoying. Hey, K-Dog. I mean, I just caution you against getting into that mode, Saragost, because everybody's constantly like, "Oh, the next featured will be amazing. The featured after that will be amazing. The featured after that will be amazing." Like, just freaking try and get champions, people. Like, because you never know what the other 18 characters are gonna look like. That's why I tend not to save until there's basically nothing I want in whatever the current one is. Yeah, I fully expect that easy. Like, I'm not gonna name names because then people are gonna blame me if I'm right, but like, there's going to be misses. Used Hitmonkey for Hulkling? No idea what was going on, but 10 Furies. See, that's you had the crossfight going, right? That's hilarious. Hey, did y'all know that hype was good? Our war went well, Infamous. 4 deaths overall. We definitely had a favorable matchup, but it's still nice to perform well. Out of those four, I think two may have been somewhat input related, but I don't know. That's just kind of is what it is right now, right? Unfortunate. Yeah, or maybe you're a bit behind in the stream, which I can't do anything about right now, but yeah, I do remember Odin stopping the evade, but for some reason Emma does not. Happens. Yeah, I mean, we'll see, Ricochet. I just, again, that's why my philosophy has always been if there is something you want in the current featured, open it. If there is not, don't. Just observing Wiccan, Valkyrie, Quicksilver, Gore has a lot of potential. I mean, if those champions are good, which I honestly do expect them to be, like Kabam has been doing very well on that whole thing this year. But is also if those champions are what your roster needs. It's hard to know that stuff ahead of time. Bam needs to add dual class 6 stars? Maybe. Not really fussed either way. Like that seems fair enough. I agree, I don't think it would necessarily be too much. But at the same time, I don't know, I'm just not too bothered about that. If they only add one new crystal soon, I think what I personally would want is just single class 4 stars. Let us get the ISO we want. Pipes Heavy is 5 hits, Infamous, but there's just enough of a break between the first and the next 4 that it counts as ending a combo, and that's why the glancing comes up. Should it work that way? Absolutely not, but it does. The champs in the basic can cover any content in the game. Yeah, but I have those champs. No, there are a lot of champions from the basic that I'm missing, but like, it is a game, right? And at the end of the day, like, you want the champions that are newer and more exciting, but there's also the fact that the basic has over 200 characters in it. You have so little control. And if you want to be competitive in war, if you want to have the useful attackers, if you want to be competitive in battlegrounds and have the best dual threats, if you care at all about prestige or AQ, you owe it to yourself to be opening features. It is the best way to progress your account because newer champions, even if they are not better, are almost always more relevant. Like, it's not just that they're shiny. Like, is Hulkling a better character than Hyperion? Eh. But is Hulkling a perfect Penny Parker counter who directly answers some of the current Mystics on defense? Yes. Like, I think you have to think about it that way. It's not just, do I need this character so that I can complete content? It's, do these new characters add something that my roster does not have? And when you start thinking about that in a broader sense or in terms of like specific matchups, unique utility, coming at things in different ways, the answer is almost always yes. Because Kabam is continuing to innovate. Because yeah, I do think that if you want to progress your account, it should almost always be features. I wish you luck with those synergies, nerd. Dang it. Okay, thankfully he didn't punish me. I hate. Yeah, Infamous. This Toad is one of my big draws in the current one as well. Also, do not have him. But an Awakened Eye Bomb. Um, Ultron and then an Awakened Ultron. Like, there are a number of important Battlegrounds champions in this current featured. Wiccan could be a hard counter to Hulkling. Yeah, he has that very long neutralize. If you play him correctly, he has the counter to unblockable. Wiccan does kind of look like he was built as an answer to his husband. I agree. Feels so good to land a power sting on Emma. Over the line. This should do well. I can think of about 4 different ways to take that infamous and various levels of boo for all of them. Yeah. Stick burn. Okay, that's fair. Man, I really wish my She-Hulk was duped. Duped She-Hulk is one of the best Spider Ham counters in the game. Hey, Top Ray, how's it going? Got very lucky with the spider nonsense there. Aha! I thought that landed. Cool. I haven't done this fight in a while. Bro. Yeah, that was so close to enough. Okay. One thing I really like about Hulkling is the equal damage distribution on the special 2s hits. Yeah, fair point. Definitely does appeal to the risk mitigation in me. Interesting. The second one is a projectile. Otherwise, they're all contact. All hits are physical and all exactly the same damage. Okay. Yeah, I don't blame you, Easy. I do have the 5-star She-Hulk at Sig 200. She's a blast. Ah, that's so lame. It should have nullified all of them. I know it's because I comboed in, and so that's how it was. And that's part of what I was testing. Like, because I chained the special into a combo, it was still considered a defensive frame, so glancing turned off all of my stuff, and that's why the special 3 didn't nullify everything, do an absurd amount of damage, and inflict all those degens. I suspected that might happen. Still annoys me that it did. It's so much fun. Don't really understand how to fight him, but the damage is just absurd. Hey, Toy Shadow. Missed your question at first. So I used Mojo. Um, but I think really what you want to do for Hulkling is you're looking for, if you're not using a skill champion that, or one of the tag champions that benefits from the crossfight and just nukes him like Nerd is mentioning, then what you want to do is use somebody who fully controls buffs. Not nullifies, not staggers one at a time, just turns them off. So you're looking for neutralize, a la Tigra or Rintra or Wiccan on the off chance that you have him. You're looking for Fate Seal. So honestly, OG Ghost Rider could work probably pretty well with all the other buffs expiring if you can stay on top of it. Um, you're looking for like Hood with his special 2. Cosmic Ghost Rider could work. Who else has a realistic Fate Seal? I'm not counting Doctor Strange. I know there are others. Claire with her buff immunity. Yes. I just saw that you typed that. Claire with her buff immunity absolutely works. I used Mojo because he doesn't stop the buffs, but he just shortens all of them so much that you stay in charge. And you could also try and go the other way and use like Mr. Sinister or Strife and just deal with the unblockable. So I was using Miles against Anti-Venom. No, you should not be able to evade, but that quest, as we discussed, is apparently doing some weird things. So Miles evaded against Anti-Venom with the Clintar or oh, actually the Clintar debuff is explicitly ability accuracy. I remember when he came out, that's something that's weaker about Anti-Venom. Yeah, reduce the ability accuracy of evade effects on Spider-Verse heroes. And the node specifically says unaffected by ability accuracy. So yes, you should be able to evade against using the global against Anti-Venom. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant, Tafre, when I mentioned OG Ghost Rider. Like, cycling special threes, because normally that's the annoying thing about him that makes him so dated, is that unlike Cosmic Ghost Rider, he doesn't have power gain built into his kit, and you have to use the special 3. But having to use the special 3 is a lot less of a problem against a Mystic that's constantly feeding you power. So I really do think that OG Ghost Rider would be legitimately good if you know what you're doing with him. Once again, taunt does nothing. There we go. Ronan for cheese. Boo. I know you said it's not fun. So I'm not booing you. I'm booing Ronan. Uh, yeah, Cap is so much fun this war. The only reason we're not... Okay, there's the bug. I forgot about it. BRB. The only reason we're not sending more of it in BG3 is that I'm the only SIG 200 cap. And I'm one of only a few Nimrods, one of only two rank 4 Apocalypses, and the only rank 4 Reed, one of only a couple veteran Reed players, one of only a few Killmongers. So, like, I have used the cap team, but there's a reason that I haven't done it every time, especially not with the full Purify. Yeah, Toy Shadow. Ronan definitely can do it. Oh, the game's back up. I also don't have Mole Man, and there's always a null on path 4. And so while I'm sure I could manage that fight with somebody else, it's just not worth it in the slightest. Yeah, Toffrey, I did. I was actually. I'll ask here while we have enough people. Should I bother making a video out of the second run? Because it's like 40 minutes of fights that people have seen before. So I used Jabari for Crossbones, Torch for Icarus, Jabari for Blade, and then Penny for Dormammu. And like I had some serious input issues in the last two. So just like let me know if you'd like me to do that, because basically what I would do is I would talk over the game plan of the first part of each fight, and then just kind of let them play out. I might even speed them up. But that's the main reason that I haven't put that video out yet, is I don't know if people want it. But yeah, it was a great team for it. I think after Crossbones, you probably have to heal Jabari to solo Blade unless you're just absurdly clean at this game. But that team definitely can solo all 4 fights. Like I said, I had what was definitely an input issue against Blade with Jabari, and so I just bled out like 20% in. It is what it is. And then against Dormammu with Penny, it just felt like my controls weren't working at all. I think I got hit like 12 times. I'm not kidding. But it was a really good team, and so I only had to use a couple revives and a few potions. I would recommend it. Dragon Man, Tigra, Doom. Nice. Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, my Herc also isn't duped, so like it wouldn't have been fun for me to try and do that anyway. But I did use Dragon Man, Tigra, and Odin, and that for my first run, and that was quite good. And then the team that I outlined for the other one. Imagine playing cleanly. Definitely taking Jabari to rank 2 unduped. Yeah, I would. I think you'll like her, Shutragal. Doom versus Dorm is so good. Yeah, I buy it. Odin was fun though. It would have been a very simple solo if the decks on that heavy had worked. But he backed me up and I had to do 2 heavy dexes at the wall, and the first one worked, and the second one he was like, "Nope, stay there." And it was like a 12k crit or something stupid. And so it's just, that was the fight. I died when he had like 10% left. Come on, Sam. What was that BS right there? I mean, it's definitely because the update added the link to like checking your stash as well. So I can see how it got broken. I definitely cannot wait for the hot fix. Right. Exactly, Top Freak. Like, I'm sure that it's something involving that interaction. Because that's what changed, right? I don't know what exactly the problem is, obviously. I'm not the one coding it, but I'm sure it had to do with that. I'm going to use Reed here just because it's going to be fun to reverse his healing. That's still something that they're only testing with certain summoners, easy, the overcharging. I cannot wait for it to show up, but not yet, sadly. That's fine. I know, not the same team as the inputs, but still. I mean, what's the still? Like, they're not, they're different teams. That's the whole thing. Yeah, I'm sure they're working on the inputs. Yeah, I just want it to be better. It's, it's not fun to talk about. It's not fun to play. There's so much good in this game, or we wouldn't be bothered, right? But like, that's, yeah. I do really like a lot of the quality of life stuff. Like, all of these are things that they know how to do. So it's not like there's any reason for them not to do them just because inputs are also good. And so that part I very much enjoy. Oh, I know, Toffrey. I know. I was just thinking about that the other day, where I was talking about it because somebody brought something up, and I was like, "Yeah, that was right at the heart of the input problem." Last July. Uh, Ooh, that was a nice crit. Turns out double prowess is pretty good. I do agree with that, Toffrey. I my my head canon is that it was basically a trade. They got rid of compensation, but in turn they gave us defiance for both of these seasons, which basically makes this global a non-issue. Like, there are a few hard fights. You know what I mean. People can still die. War is challenging. Performing at a high level requires real skill, dedication, all the usual caveats. But like, in a lot of ways, this season is very easy. I forget off the top of my mind one of our deaths, But if I'm remembering correctly, I think if you take out input issues, we would have had one or two. And like we're playing well, but that goes for a lot of our wars. Like deaths are very low right now. And so extending that through the next Mystic Dispersion season as well as we just get more and more used to it. If that is the trade for us not getting compensation, I'm not saying I would have made that trade, but that's like what's allowing me to deal with it, you know? Right. And Work points out very well, like, yeah, two of our losses and six. And the five had at least two inputs. I think maybe even three. We probably still would have lost on time. Again, not taking anything away from Fort Loki. But like every time there's been more than a couple deaths, there's been input stuff too, and it's still been super low. So not my favorite, but that's I don't know, that's how I'm coping, if that makes sense. Yeah, for sure, tougher. And I think there's an argument that my timeout, which is still my only lost AB this season at the moment, gonna go ahead and knock on wood there. But I think there's an argument my timeout was as much AI as anything else. It was a bad assignment and I should have done something else. But I think that it could have worked. Um, so a little bit annoyed there, but yeah, my loyalty keeps going up somehow. I'm at 3 million. So I'm not gonna lie, that's definitely um helping this. Yeah, I heard the text was changed, but I don't think it was intentional, easy. I really don't. I think something was just because it wasn't in the patch notes, right? I don't think they intentionally nerfed King Groot. Yeah, I despise Hard Knock Life nerd. I really hate it. You're about to run out of invulnerability and power starts. Invulnerability, I definitely feel. Power starts, I've been using a bit less this season, but what I'm really ticked about is I forgot to re up the science uh, power backs yesterday because I kind of need those. 100% my fault, but you bought you see work. You're normally so smart. I mean, you spend money on the game, but other than that, you're usually so deliberate. That just surprises me. Well, maybe someday he'll be interesting. You do also have the gold to enter AQ. I am probably going to be buying my tickets with loyalty for a while. That summoner rating. Yeah. So getting a champion with 2016 PI really helps. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, easy. And that kind of, you're not alone there. Like, Simula took his King Groot to rank 4, Sig 200. Like, there are a lot of people who really love him. And I don't think it was intentional. Because I don't think he was too strong. He's a fantastic character, but I don't think he was too strong. Yeah, I thought I'd heard that work. Kabam Mike said something, right? In response to Simula on Twitter or whatever. I forget the exact. I'm sure somebody just hit backspace or whatever while they were doing something else in the update. They'll get to it. I said I brought Strife for this, and I haven't used it once, so let's actually do that. Mike or Jax addressed it on the forum. Gotcha. Come on. Okay, I'm fine losing the shock as long as we still get our charges. Now we build the special 2. I thought that would do more, honestly. Oh well. Missing an opportunity to light a fire. Nah, I don't need to light that fire. Assuming that's also some kind of wood joke. Yeah, agreed work. He is a powerhouse. But not unfairly so. Got 4 features for this one. Absolutely shafted. I don't think Cole to rank 3 um is at all silly. I like Cole quite a bit. Okay, this is the one where I bring Medusa and then the Mystics. I remember this one. Cole is super fun. Well, he benefits a ton from high sig, right, Joffrey? Yeah, because Sig 60 has already cut his cooldown by 33%. I'd feel pretty decent about that. Professor X on node 55 down. Easy fight, slipped up. Nice. Yeah. Rank 4 Apocalypse is truly insane. I know those of y'all here have probably not watched my war video, but I did finally take Apocalypse to war. I had this blade who would not throw specials. It was in the entire duration of the fight, he threw a single special two. Refused to do anything else. And it was power efficiency, so he had plenty of opportunity. Would not throw specials, but rank 4 Apocalypse with 4 genetic code ended it in 2 special ones anyway. So get wrecked. If you had a Thanos, you would bring the whole order. That would be funny. Nope. All right, back off, back off. Stupid pain link. Look at how much damage that was. I was like, it's fine. It'll only be like 2 ticks. Good lord. Alright, got our missions. Not dead. Hey, Cyber, Boris, how's it going? Um, so the name DLL is just Daddy Long Legs, which was a marching band nickname because I am quite tall and used to be quite thin. For the record, I'm not like upset about my weight or anything. I am just not what I was when I was 16, right? I would be unhealthy if I were. If that's rebalancing. Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna be how that works. Um, yeah, let's do Chavez here. Not exactly cyber. I would say it's um mostly tag based. It's just that they also added a carve out to the tags where you can also get the benefits one fight at a time, but without the crossfight charges if you bring a specific class. Yeah, like the tags work better because they get those strong furies from fight to fight. But the classes also get the benefit one at a time, and so still work pretty well. Weird, Toffrey. I don't show a big viewer drop. There's a small one a little while ago, so maybe that's what happened to you. Looks like it happened to maybe 4 or 5 people. But I didn't see a big crash, which normally shows up pretty clearly. Yeah, I like the tactical edge, oh dang it, system in general. There are just a few of the nodes that I would like to tweak. Stupid frickin' light attacks. It's weird that that second hit doesn't nullify an armor. Like, I'm pretty sure it should. Flawless. Alright. Why are Thanos' army champions tagged as villains? Because Blade. Let me tell you a story of a time when the entire contest was at the mercy of the original Trinity. Blade, Sparks, Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, and OG Ghost Rider. And most of the best defenders at that time were villains, because villains on average were newer, and Blade just tore through all of them. And so they came out with Corvus, they came out with Proxima, those two especially, because they were the first ones, and they tagged them as Thanos' army rather than villains so that Blade wouldn't just shred them. Obviously, neither of them are built as defenders, but it was still an obvious, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge from Kabam. That's so pretty. Everyone's yeah, that was somebody was talking on Reddit the other day about there not being much rhyme or reason to Prestige. And there was a time when, on average, worse champions had higher prestige. They kind of balanced it that way. Blade shattered that. And I'm not going to pretend it's even a rough equivalence or a rough correlation these days, because like Hercules exists, Nimrod exists, Doom exists, but Blade was one of the first champions that was both obviously absurdly powerful and very high prestige. It was like the only profile picture anyone had for 2 years. That's funny, Toffrey. I hadn't heard that quote. Yeah, they're careful with the dimensional being tag for sure. Like I think Cosmic Ghost Rider obviously had to be. Original Ghost Rider was. They've established the Spirit of Vengeance is dimensional. And then America Chavez, like, is there anyone left or is there anyone more dimensional than her? So you totally get where that's coming from. But they are careful. Sorry to hear that, Steve. I took Hyperion to rank 5 first, top rank. So I hear you. That wasn't bad. I wanted to throw the special one there. Yeah, okay. Did my hype get 40 plus kills on defense? I doubt he did. No, he was too busy soloing Killmonger on 29. was your first rank 5? My first rank 5 was definitely before Doom came out. I also did not get Doom for a very long time. I didn't pull 5-star Doom until, like, I think I already had a few rank 3s. Purgatory as well. Yeah, that's true. Do I like Chavez, or was it more of a defender rank up? It was primarily a battlegrounds rank up. Uh, at the time that I ranked her, it was before the BG, the the battle groups shook up in SSX, and so we had a Chavez on defense, and like she wouldn't have done that. She's now on defense, so I'm happy to have that. But I primarily ranked her for battlegrounds because some of the metas, she's a really good two-way. Um, Power Snack in particular, she was amazing. And I do enjoy playing her. I just don't think that I think she's undertuned. And so someday when that gets fixed, I think that she'll actually be one of my favorite mystics. Spark, Sentinel, Killmonger. I like that trio work. Cool. My first three were Hyperion, Blade, Magic. Yeah, she can be incredible, Saragost. I agree. Whoa, didn't expect that. All right, I'll take the willpower. Nice. What tier were you in, Tavre? Like, I'm willing to believe Symbiote Supreme was good for Killmonger, but there is no way in hell that a rank 3 5-star took out a 565 Killmonger on 29 in tier 1. Sam Claire. Oh, that's very funny. The only champ I like out of there is the one you meme on. I know it's a lot of power, Toffrey. I'm still pretty skeptical that the rank 3 would take a rank 5. Like, because that's aspect of evolution, too. That node is just so tanky. Not that I had a choice. I finally pulled my 5-star Symbiote Supreme, what, like, after I started my YouTube channel? Hey, Damadeus, how's it going? Oh, this is the boss. I was like, why is he not gaining armors? I forgot that Ultron was the boss, and that's why I brought Medusa. Alright, well, show us what you got, Chavez. Ooh, that was close. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, I was going to throw the special 2 right after that, but turns out the Furies just are helpful. I definitely believe it was a good counter, Tough. That would be very interesting work. I wonder if it's probably still in the server somewhere. Here's where Medusa, Sparky, and Domino Venom attack. Alright, well, you started strong, and then it got weird. Hey, Jason. I'm pretty sure Jinx is doing quite well. Nerd can speak to that more directly. Beta's had the old man? Okay. Morning, DTM. No, Toffrey. I think what you're thinking of is that it had masochism. So that's what would be feeding it. Nope. All right, it was worth a shot. Or oh, was there also aspect or the was it feats of power? Yeah, that's right. That's why the block damage was so bad. I honestly forgot that part. It just did not factor into the fights I was doing. So fair enough, that does affect it. Yeah, this is why I'm not fussed about using a couple revives on Summer of Pain or Eternity of Pain. Yeah, okay. Feats of Power does make more sense. And you know you have fully convinced me that Sim was underrated for far too long. You don't have to fight on that. But that also wasn't the only thing Hype could do. I forget the specifics, but like I took an absolute ton of fights with that Hyperion magic duo. Hey, MSD. Good luck on the run. What did I just eat? Sorry, that sounds weird out of context, but my girlfriend brought me the other half of the macaron set that we got the other day, and I don't remember what flavor that was that I just had. And so I'm trying to place it, and I can't. Come on. Really? Okay, so it just lagged. Lovely. You thought all the top ranked players were Kabam employees? Interesting. I understand why, given the way this community gets. Um, excuse me. Couldn't make it to the pause button. But it would be kind of interesting if employees had like the way it works in Magic the Gathering is that if you run into Wizards of the Coast employees, their names are a different color. And so like if that were true for all Kabam employees, man, the conspiracy theory posts we'd have to deal with would be insane. I love that I said that before reading your comment work. Yes. Doesn't sound like the community we know and love, does it? That's funny. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure Kabam employees do have accounts with everything on them, but like not on the live server, right? Trying to solo this stupid crossbones with Ultron. Yeah, he's definitely harder with villains. Good luck, Cyber. The AI is rough. Used the team of Herc, Hitmonkey, and Spam. Did not realize that would get me all the objectives you needed. Very cool. Congrats, Richard. Your favorite conspiracy is that grounded wisdom is actually Kabam Mike. I know you and Mike don't get along, Toffrey, but I would be very disappointed in Mike if I ever learned that that was true. I have significantly more respect for him than for grounded wisdom. Said Doom was bad in large part because his special one doesn't do a lot of damage. This is absolute BS. All it does is steal me 2 full bars of power, take my opponent from having their special 3 to not even having their special 2, and nullify 4 buffs. How could that possibly be enough? How does it not also instant kill them? God, people are so insane sometimes. Oh, that's not a conspiracy, Cyber. The AI definitely understands timers. Alright, guess we're going for the special three. Oh, does this have Rich Get Richer on it? I really should read the notes. Yeah, I don't think I would be bored having every champion Damadeus. Like I, because new champions come out. There's always something to work on. You still want to rank them, right? But there's just so many characters where like I've played through these things and somebody will mention something and like, man, I wish I had them at a decent rank so I could try that. Like I would love to run through this quest with a rank 3 Cull Obsidian and Proxima. Like just do the full Thanos' army. Just everyone, but I would intentionally bring like a 3-star Corvus just because, you know, forget Corvus. But like I would love to have that kind of stuff just for fun. I'm not saying I think that like yeah, that's just not how this game works, but I do think I would still have fun if I had pretty much everything. That is a popular conspiracy, Shurtrigal, about the T4CC. I don't know. It certainly feels that way. I'm pretty sure it's just random chance, but you're not alone there. Yeah, there are a lot of really, really bad takes in the community circles. Okay, Cyber, as long as, yeah, if you get what's maxed for you, that's plenty. Where does it say that, Toffrey? I just pulled up Aunt May and I'm not seeing what you're talking about. It does have Rich Get Richer, doesn't it? Yep. All right. Well, then Chavez is going to be great. Oh, was Toffrey just trying to mess with me? Dude, throw your specials. Like, I'm fine draining your power, but I need the crossfights. Oh, that was just from the conspiracy theory discussion. I got you. Yeah, kind of like Herc's Infuriate is actually a 90% offensive ability accuracy reduction on defense. Guy so much. What is with these weirdly long paths? I know there's like nothing in the rules that says they can't do that, and obvious. Hold on. Is there an overall pattern they're drawing that I'm not understanding? Oh, is that what the actual constellation looks like? I'll look that up after. Mostly because I don't remember the name of this particular quest. My guess is that they are going for the constellation since each of the quests is named for one this year or this month. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I threw that special one either. Completely unnecessary. This is for 3 weeks. Yeah, I think they've done it correctly. The Eternity of Pain timeline and everything. First 5 star is X-23. I mean, as a path clearer, she definitely has some utility. She does good damage. She heals. Like that's you want one of those on your team. She doesn't have a ton of utility, so you are going to want other champions, but she's solid and she will save you items just by staying alive. Just remember that her healing is it is, right? It's same as OG Wolverine. Her healing is based on how much power she has. I'm checking that before I say anything. Yes, based on stored power. So what I'm getting at, Jiren, is that remember if you need to heal, don't spam her specials. And that'll work better. Oh, this is gonna be kind of miserable. Alright. Oh god. Blunt that. I don't need him chaining special threes. That was weird. I told her to do something after that block, and it did not happen. Please no special three. Come on, buddy. Okay, this will push him almost red, but then we'll blunt it. I need you to throw that. Okay. Get rid of the dimensional being objective. Yeah, that was definitely the one I enjoyed the least too. I'm not angry about it because I know that there are people who absolutely love those RNG fights because it lets them just do it over and over again until the stars align and they're like, "Look how cool this solo is." That's fine. It only took me one revive. Give something to those people. I despised it, but we're not all the same in how we enjoy this game, so I'm trying to keep that in mind. But yeah, that was my least favorite part too, and it would definitely be nice if we already had the milestones. I mean that's just the way that peak milestones have always worked, so I get why they didn't change it, but it would be nice. I agree. Hey Jelly, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing good. X-23 bleeds are enough to do most of the damage. Her specials, yeah, you can very easily just clear a whole lane with her, never throwing specials. And like basically what I would do is if you're at full health, throw her special twos as you're getting close to 3 bars. If you need to stay alive because you're taking damage, then just don't throw specials. She's fun. Um, yeah, I think I still want Chavez here. Hey, Stover, pulled Toad from the Paragon Crystal. Wow, very nice. From what I remember looking at Toad, his dupe is nice and adds a little bit of utility against poison immunes, especially, but I don't think it's strictly necessary. Oh, Claire. Stupid quick recoveries. Just another day in paradise. Nice, man. No, I do not have Toad. I don't even think I have a... No, I do have the 5-star. I have the 5-star duped, but I haven't messed around with him too much. Most of my experience with Toad is coming from talking to Meta and assigning his Toad in War. Let's use Mojo, just for fun. Counter Strike so much. Dang it, we're gonna lose our ramp. Or we're just gonna get hit because we fail and evade. Yeah, Jiren. Like, as you can tell, this fight is not quick. Because we do not have the persistent furies. But, Cyber is correct. The reason that the other fights went so quickly is because there are uh, nodes that specifically boost that stuff. Ah, dang it. Well, I messed that up. Hey, Jay, Will, how's it going? Jeez, I totally missed our invader there. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jelly. Oh, hey, Bleezy, how's it going? Okay, Mensa. That's what I thought this one was. So, Mensa, Constellation. That's pretty darn simple. I'm not sure that maybe it's like an artistic license with the with the shape of the map. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason they did this. I'm just not following it. What am I choosing for my Nexus selector? Probably science. I think that's what I keep coming back to. Because that's the class where I'm missing the most. Like, I know I've done this on stream a fair amount, so apologies, but just quick run. Would love an I-Bomb dupe, wouldn't mind anti-venom. Would appreciate I Hulk at some point. Wouldn't mind duping Luke. Badly need a negative dupe. Wouldn't mind Red Guardian for when he gets better. I don't have Red Hulk. Like, God, I need him. I want Scorpion. I want a She-Hulk dupe. I want Spider-Gwen. I want Spider-Ham. I want Miguel. I want Overseer. I want Thing. I want Sigs on Void. And I wouldn't be mad about Yellow Jacket. Like, there's so many science champions that I need. What a small, small person. All right. Um, Give a shocking revelation you might get one Odin on the fourth. I kind of expecting to do something similar to Alfred, just because with where I am at 8K, like it's good. But yeah, probably gonna need a little bit more to get something I'm happy with. Hopefully the inputs are good by then, so that we can all feel really good about spending. Not that anyone needs to spend, but you just know if people are gonna spend on those, you want to feel good about where the game is headed, right? Two random questions. Who's my favorite champion and why? Reed, Mr. Fantastic. As for the why, I would direct you to my like 70 videos on him. He's just amazing. He fits the character fantasy of being like, you know, his thing is the smartest man in the battle realm or whatever, and he's supposed to be like one of the most prepared. And I'm not leaning into the like, oh, I want to feel smarter than everyone else in the fights, but he just feels like he's in control. It's like I have answers to so many things. I can customize it. I can build differently. I can go through my rotations, and the end result is that the opponents aren't that scary, and I love that. He's so much fun. Nice, Richard. Happy to hear that. Oh, Jiren Ibom is Immortal Abomination. He's very, very good. Oh, I know he has like 20 accounts, Richard, and at least 8 of them are banned on this channel. I was looking at those recently. Because it's not just when they're all deleted like that, that usually means that it's been hidden on the channel, and that is banning. That doesn't come back. Gonna, oh, what was the other one? Oh, why can't Eternity of Pain rewards be claimed once you reach the total milestone? Because peak milestones and milestone rewards work differently, Jay. Um, it's a system that they've had for a while now, basically since Alliance Quest got updated that way, if I remember correctly. And the the point is to just track your performance over the whole thing and then pay out at the end. You obviously can't claim as you go along because then that would lead to things like, all right, well, I'm going to claim this milestone, but then I earn points for that milestone. So do I get like the difference in rewards? Maybe I claim again and it's bugged and I get double. Like that would obviously be a problem. Now, this isn't an issue for the final milestone because you can't get any more points, right? So I think we all agree it would be nice for Kabam to allow us to claim that final milestone when we get there. That's just not how the system was designed because it's not really necessary for AQ. And they just directly adapted it here. So at some point, maybe somebody will put in the work to make that possible, but it hasn't happened yet. You're going to pick Cosmic because you want a 6-star. I think you forgot to mention which 6-star you wanted, J-Mania. I'm not sure where you're going for that one. Um, will Scorpion be available? Well, that's the thing about those Nexuses, is that if you get a certain class and then you sit on it, when the basic is updated, those also get updated. So if Scorpion hasn't been added to those crystals by the time those rewards pay out, I will probably sit on it for a few weeks until he is. But I think he will be. I haven't looked at that. Missing a lot of mutants. Yeah, good luck to you, Cyber. There's a lot of good ones. Between a tech and a cosmic, you want to rank 3. Sig 200 your surfer, but don't want to use the generic on him. That makes sense. And Nimrod is a beast. Hey, Master of Devils. Just pulled 6-star Craven. Is he of any use? I do think he is of use, yes. I'm going to go ahead and do this fight and then continue on chat. I love all of the engagement. Hey, Zero. How's it going? I will catch up on chat in a minute, but I should play at least some MCOC while we're here. But yes, I do think that Craven is useful. He's especially for battlegrounds, I would say, where I think he's a solid dual threat. But if you are going to use Craven, I do think that you want him awakened, and ideally at quite high sig. Because his bleeds are pretty weak if you can't get the critical multiplier on them. Come on, my friend. Did not move. Oh, I Hulk is so annoying. Or sorry, Hulkbuster. I don't know why I said I Hulk, but I just, anybody with ability accuracy reduction. Ooh, that hit pretty hard. Um, Even if you miss getting your science champion 26 for most champs in the science class as well. That's true easy. I mean, I have Reed and Cap both at Sig 200, but like I said, Sigs on Void would be fantastic. And I wouldn't put him in the list of characters that I want, but honestly, Sigs on Torch would not be the end of the world. I do think getting him to Sig 200 someday would be kind of nice. If we ever get to a point where he's not banned constantly. That doesn't sound like that weird a theory, Jay. I'm sure there will be some rank formats in July 4th. Via deals? I don't know. I mean, I really can't speculate on the breakdown exactly. I do kind of expect a store again. Yes, Master of Devils. Over the course of the year, you will get those Eternity of Pain rewards multiple times, which is huge. Yeah, Zero. That makes a ton of sense. The event itself, not knowing that you can't get any more points. Right. Might be server hassle. Yeah, that totally makes sense. That's kind of where I was headed. That it was like it would be nice, but you can understand why, given the way it has to work for every other milestone along the way. It doesn't necessarily do that. I feel like they will do this to get Thronebreakers to Paragon. I mean, yeah, I do think that there's Paragon is the next progression title. They want you to want Paragon. They want it to feel worth it, and that means that they probably want you to spend to get there. Is how this works. Hey, Colin, how's it going? How do I like rank 3 Chavez? She's good. She's undertuned. Like, I do think she needs a little bit more, but I enjoy the way her kit works together, and she's excellent for certain Battlegrounds metas. For sure, easy patience is great. Um, would be fair for Paragon to get the rewards before others. That is another good point, Boris. Yeah, because throne breakers don't have access to the final milestone. So, like, if you're a throne breaker, would you be allowed to get the? Is there a word for pre penultimate third to last milestone? Would you be allowed to claim it there if they're allowing paragons to get it right away? What happens if you get paragon from that? Then can you go in and like get some more points? Like, yeah, I think ultimately with all the factors, it wouldn't make sense for them to change it. It sounds very messy. I did a little bit, Colin. Basically, I just think it's good. I've seen some complaints that it's pay to win, but I don't really buy that. I think that, in this day and age, 5 stars just aren't that relevant. So allowing people who have spent 100, period, allowing people who've spent $100 to for sure get more than a 4 star seems totally fair to me. Ooh. Yeah, Toffrey. I've had a couple, but they're thankfully very rare. Hard crashes are not fun. So many special toes. Hmm. I tried to dex out of that with my right thumb while blocking. Normally that works. Oh well. Anti-penultimate. Okay, that makes more sense for than pre-penultimate. Thank you, Sarah Ghost. I knew there was a word for it. This wasn't coming to me. Is this true? Do you want us to spend our money? Say it isn't so. Whoops, I don't know why I threw that. I was just like so surprised that I went red. Take care, Jelly. Thanks for hanging out. All right, I guess we're cycling special threes. Okay, last two of this should do it. Yeah, there's the damage we want. You crash every 23 minutes? Oof. That's insane, Coat. Um, Used revives an eternity of pain. Rewards are worth it. I agree. 400 units for those rewards. Yeah, that's easy, easy trade. You also like the addition of the 5 star into the bundles. Don't buy them too often, but when you do, it's great. Yeah, exactly, Madrox. And it's like it's that's a good way to put it. It's usable, but it's not like competitive, right? The 5 star the 5 star isn't going to be an edge in end game content, but you know that if you want to rank them up to a point where you can use them in that content, you have that option. Yeah, Stover. As far as I know, Kingpin is still bugged where when he gets multiple overpowers, one of them is negative for I might be oversimplifying it or something, but yes, there's an issue with his damage. Technically he should be hitting hard. Oh, Herc is who you're going through for Jay. That does make sense. Not surprised. Yeah, well again for sure. Used Corvus on most of these paths. I'm not surprised. But I'm glad you found some time for Maw. He's been a blast here. I love the ones that give Furies as opposed to Prowess. Since Prowess doesn't spike his degen, but Furies do. Like, that's just so much fun. Hey, PPG, how's it going? I've been going for about 2 hours, but I'm having a good time. That's what we need, a more powerful Kingpin. Yeah, honestly, it does. Like, he's so good as it is. I wonder if he was broken in the testing when they assigned values. Ah, great server. Come on, buddy. Yeah, I love playing Moss so much. I'm to harken back to the last stream. I'm so glad they didn't give up on him. That's awesome, Petrox. Yeah, 5 stars definitely do. Usable is the right word. How's the season going? Pretty well. We definitely, yeah, we won this one. Only 4 deaths. Like, I think we had one war where just things did not go well. We had like 8, but otherwise, even our 2 losses have been 5 and 6. A lot of this stuff feels like it's, come on, I'm dodging. A lot of the deaths, maybe like 40% of them, feel like they've been more input related. And so it just feels like the Alliance is playing well. It's really fun. I ask about y'all's, but y'all are clearly playing very, very well. What would have to be in the deals for me to buy them on July 4th? Eh, I mean, there's a number of things, but like what I'm looking for more than anything else is um, shards. Like, I want shards or some other way to get 6 stars. I want champions. And then after champions, rank formats and sigstones. But then, like, there's a lot of things in this game I want because There are a lot of different axes along which to grow your account. And so it's hard for me to really say ahead of time, what would need to be in them because what matters is the balance. Please throw your special. It's falters. Ooh, I never understand why the falter isn't shortened by other things that shorten debuffs. Or is that only on stuns? I'll read the note again. I may just be talking out of my butt. But I feel like I've run into that before. You lost to Jedi Assassins. Sorry to hear that. They're a tough opponent, for sure. No, it's all debuffs. Yeah, okay. I don't know why Falter bypasses that, but I am totally okay with it. It's just so important to his kid. Good example, some champs are def worth having the 5-star and the 6-star. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of ranked formats. Yeah, I'm sure there will be. I don't specifically want lots of nexuses unless they're like class nexuses, or I don't expect the 10 champ nexuses except if it's like a specific year like they did last year. But I don't just want a bunch of nexus crystals because they're just almost always overpriced basics is how I think of them. So they don't excite me. Two-star nexuses? That would be funny. No, I don't think so, Zero, because that's actually something that. Let me check right now. Um, no, it doesn't. It does add a flat duration against. No, wait. It's. What am I? Let me find what I'm looking for first. Persuasive voice. There it is. The duration is increased to 4 seconds against cosmics is the only thing that modifies the duration. Because that's actually something that I've wished for before, is that like while I feel Maw is very much in a usable spot, I like how his kit is. If I could change one thing about him, it would be to have his Sig give him a longer falter for each persistent charge, so that he wouldn't be more annoying on defense, but it would be easier to land his big special too if you go to the work of ramping. Oh, dang it. Forgot. Stupid. Me, stupid. That special 2 definitely would have finished. Oh well. Hey, Slay, how's it going? Unless I'm misreading his SIG or something, but I didn't see it. They offered 10k units for half. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Jason. She's definitely dangerous there. Who are you using? An opening feature crystal skid eye bomb. Oh, sorry about the troll roll. Ah, okay. Yeah, that note makes sense. That'd be pretty intense. I Definitely would not complain. Maybe you could finally get a Nimrods. Bam decided I needed to spread the gospel, Evie. Didn't take the fight, but the last person did. Gotcha. Because we've been... Our strategy for Conflictor in general this season has often been cap with House of X, but no science, cosmic, or tech on the team. Hmm. All right, time to find out how Chavez does against Dormammu. Haven't done this before. I don't know why I did that. The, the dark dimension. Oh well. He's right. Yeah, because this one doesn't look exactly like the constellation, but I also am not like a constellation aficionado or anything, nor am I a visual artist. And so I'm sure there's some reference I'm missing. Hey, Arrow, cream cheese, how's it going, guys? Probably just should have thrown the special three to empty it. Yeah, this next special is going to give us a ton of power. Beautiful. After dying in war, do I find myself more nervous for the next war? Not really easy. It's more like more resolved. Like I've been doing it long enough at this point that it's if I die, I usually know why. And if I don't, then I know enough smart people who can help me figure out what I could have done better, right? Like normally after I die or give up an attack bonus or anything like that, I'll take inventory of the causes. Like, excuse me. At the moment, the first thing I asked myself was it exclusively input issues? Was that the only thing that happened in the fight and did I just take like I don't know, multiple combos and specials to the face that I definitely should not have because of that? Because if so, that's frustrating, but it's also completely out of control. Not my fault. I'll do the normal things. I'll restart my device periodically. I'll restart the game, but like there's nothing else I can do, so there's nothing to agonize over if that's it. If that wasn't it, if I just um maybe like I missed an interaction. Was there something tactically I did wrong? Did I make bad decisions? Did I use the wrong rotation? Anything like that? Because if so, change that. Like I resolve to change that next time. And then there are basically two other possibilities. If I was, if my rotation was correct, then maybe it was my execution wrong. Because if so, I'm going to do more duels. Because I'm going to try and make sure that I execute the rotation properly, that I am doing everything correctly that I can along the game plan. And if it's none of those, then it was probably a bad matchup. If I did everything correctly, if the execution was right, and I still died, and I show it to other people, and they don't say, like, why didn't you just do this, you dumb butt? Um, then I decide, okay, well, then we're not sending that next time. We're sending somebody else, and we talk through that. And so all of those things, except input issues, which is the one I just dismissed, all of those things lead me to something that I know how to do differently next time. And if I know what I'm doing differently, and therefore I expect different results, I don't get nervous about it. I just practice for it. You'll gun for Herc in a 2021 Nexus just because you need a cosmic option? I mean, he is awfully good. Do not blame you. I love the super short precisions. That's exactly why I did this fight. Go ahead and land this, and we get the same one again. Thank you for throwing your special. Whoa, didn't expect to go red again. So much power. But I really like the redundancy between Mojo's Special 2 and his Special 3, in that both do a ton of damage, because the way his playstyle works, of shortening all those buffs, he's just way more likely to have Mystic Dispersion feel chaotic, right? He's actively harder to control and feels less predictable than somebody like Doom or Claire or Hood. And so I like that being pushed red with him is almost never a bad thing. Hey, Elsie, how's it going? Apartment cleaning duties and errands. Nice. Gorgeous. Yeah, yeah. Concussion. Still dead. Opponent's units are stacked now. Probably need to practice and focus a bit more before heading into war. Yeah, it's just ah, dang it, that's happens again. You know what? We're 240 in. I wasn't going to continue after this one, and I don't want to use a full refill then. And I definitely don't want to deal with multiple small refills while the game is like this. Um, so I think I'm going to cut the stream here after responding to these last few. But yeah, it's basically just you have to decide what what kind of war you find enjoyable easy. And if it is important to you to not die, like for you to feel good, then just doing some duels, finding some time for it, then becomes what you have to do. And if that means that you take fewer fights, if that means you do war less competitively because you don't have as much time, that's totally cool. But like if that's what you have to do to enjoy war, then you just know that about yourself, right? Yeah, cream cheese. I eventually eventually might be the right word, but at some point on the CCP server, I would love to take Psycho Man to rank 4 Sig 200 and really try and dig into him, figure out what I'm missing, right? Because they buffed him and he feels like his rotation works better, but nobody's using him, right? So I'd really like to dig into that, see if I can figure out what the designer was going for, because I assume there's something there. I just haven't seen it yet. Nah, don't worry, Easy. You're contributing a ton. I really appreciate you. All right, take care, everyone. Thanks so much for hanging out. This is a great stream. Chat was super active. That's always fun when I have to go, oops, let me play some. But I will see y'all soon. If you haven't checked out my war video from this round, be sure to check that one out. A couple good fights. It's nice and short, but 2 rank 4 mutants. It's a good one. And I'll catch y'all later. Take care, everyone.